Previously on Dual Destinies. The defense is ready. Oh boy, right away. If I can prove that the murder happened right in front of Orla, then I can prove that Miss Buckler is not guilty. I have to present that evidence! Son of a gun, you and your big mouth, Mr. Lawyer. Yes, that's true. I'm using an illegal system to monitor the creatures in the aquarium. With the torpedo, I'm sure Dr. Crab noticed the danger Orla was in, but he made no attempt to come to her aid or to help on his own. And the reason for that is that Dr. Crab wanted Orla dead. Okay, so where were we? I don't know whether he's like got a huge advantage on me or if he's just impressed. I guess this is also high tech for Prosecutor Blackwell that it's making him a little funny. Funny? Yes, I find this all very funny. And with the music. Ah. Huh. Oh, so there's no way to know which side of the pool it was on. Unless it's like halfway down, then maybe. The police found a sensor just like the one you just showed us. They found it attached to the table at the bottom of the pool. Okay, so that would be the bottom then. But the table where? In the bottom right corner? Because if it was on the left side, it could still be underwater, but... yeah, oh. Yep. Well, that ain't good. Without water, the torpedo sensor would not work, so it would be able to alert him, so there's a way he couldn't have known that she was in danger. The only times lately were during cleaning 2 days ago and the investigation yesterday. The only times it didn't work, I mean. Of course I knew the pool would be drained while they cleaned it, but I had no idea they drained it for the investigation. No one let me know. That's why I didn't know about Orla's condition yesterday. Dr. Crab really did want to save Orla. I mean, he was talking on the phone, though, and he was saying, like, how dare you, or whatever he was saying about, like, don't put her down, there's no need to do that, or whatever, I don't know. Yes, the water can be drained without harm if the partition is used. Without harm to the orca, I mean. But if the water was drained from the Skull Rock side, the sensor turns itself off. If the sensor was always on, except for during the cleaning investigation, it means there must have been water in the pool at all other times. It was never drained. Okay. I mean, but... that's just... you haven't... you know, you're trying to use process of elimination here. You've eliminated one person, so that automatically means not her. I don't know. I don't want it to be Marlon Rhymes either, but... this completely shatters the defense's argument. Oh, you don't have to put it that way. I feel the shards of glass in my shoulder right now. The fact still remains that Orla was nearly killed with Dr. Crab's sleeping drug. So what? But aren't you forgetting one important question? When was the sleeping drug given to the orca? You're right. It hasn't been discussed yet, has it? Well, it came out of his stomach. It hadn't been even remotely dissolved yet. In fact, we could still read the letters on it. The food thing. They talked a lot about that when we were investigating. I was kind of trying to figure out why. Someone did. I'm afraid I don't remember that. Well, yeah, it's because they did it secretly. You don't remember? You're not that old yet, are you? Well, I don't know. Was it? I thought... oh, God. Because wasn't there a point where Marlon threw a bunch of fish in the air? Or maybe, I don't know. Plus, even if, you know, even, like, there's also the possibility that whoever was feeding her didn't even know that the pill was in there. Okay, that was, okay, right, okay, she did. There was definitely more than one fish, though, on that pile of stomach stuff. So your argument is that Miss Buckler is the one who gave the Orca the drug. The prosecution's argument hasn't changed. Buckler made the victim fall to his death and then manipulated the Orca to pin it on him. Still not satisfied, she further planned to kill the Orca with a sleeping drug. I didn't hear any reports of Dr. Crab feeding Orla. Maybe he didn't have a hand in Orla's attempted murder after all. Yeah, there is. If it's true the defendant is the one who fed the sleeping drug to the Orca, then that places even more suspicion on her than ever.
Objection!
Uh-oh. That was mine, though. The defense objects to the prosecution's claims. Well, you still haven't admitted defeat? Hell no. Prosecutor Blackwell, you don't know me. I don't appreciate the way you only mention the parts that are convenient for you. Don't you know that's what everybody in this world does? Everybody does it! Oh my god, another accidental Cobra Kai reference for you there. What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? The prosecutor failed to mention that Miss Buckler wasn't the only one who fed Orla. As you will all recall, there was another person. There is another. Oh, you mean that person? Yeah, looks like Athena remembers now, too. It's kind of hard to forget, you know, he's like the most interesting character in the case. Interesting character possibly in the game thus far. Mm-hmm. Oh, Mr. Wright, no! I don't want to believe it either, but we can't ignore the truth. The other person who fed Orla during the trial was... Oh, hang on a second, though! Shit! Did Pearl feed her at some point? She didn't feed her, did he? Did she? Did he? Now I'm calling Pearl a he, really? No, I'm gonna... That can't be right. We're not bringing Pearl. Please recall when Orla was found not guilty yesterday. Marlon Rhymes gave the Orca a large quantity of food. I was gonna say, I thought that happened. If the sleeping drug was mixed in with that food, it could be given to the Orca without arousing police suspicion. Now to mention it, I do remember that flip-flopper feeding the Orca. Flip-flopper. If you didn't see in the previous episode, the judge said he flip-flop music. He's talking about hip-hop music. Anyway, never mind. So you remember, did you? Yeah, obviously you didn't, you just chose to omit it. Lying by omission, sir. Yeah, they are, I know. I'm drinking water. I don't want to suspect either of them, but I'm ready to accept whatever truth you find. Here, take this. That charm. It's the charm that matches the one Azra Summers had, isn't it? So you and Miss Summers were romantically involved, weren't you, Dr. Crab? That is none of your business. No, of course not. I'm sorry to disappoint you. But this doesn't belong to me. At the time I thought it was Azra, so I grabbed it. But it wasn't hers. Now it's up to you, Mr. Lawyer, to figure out whose charm it is. Huh. Yeah, I can see why you would be. I mean... Well, just moving right along here, aren't we? Oh man, there he is. What's going on? What's everybody making that face for? I ain't been watching the trial, and nobody's told me anything. Marlon Ryan. Wait, he said he hasn't been watching the trial? Is this going to be one of those where it's like, how could he possibly have known? Because we only mentioned it while he was gone. You were under suspicion for the attempted murder of the Orca. Damn, son, what are you smoking to be thinking something like that? I see. Well, if it's already out. Already out? Mr. Rhymes? Is he really going to admit it? No. Fine, I'll tell the truth. I don't know. Alright. Sasha's lying to protect that Orca. At 3:30 a.m. on the 20th, there was still water in the Orca pool. The incident happened before the Orca was moved to the show pool. Orla killed the captain by bashing him 30 feet high and making him slam down on the water. So I thought the Orca should pay the consequences. Wow. That was out there. So back to the Orca again? I know. Let's bring her back in here. I did not see that testimony coming. So I'm telling you, man. Now wait just 1 minute. Yesterday, Orla was proven innocent. Besides, you said Orla was in the show pool during the cleaning. I didn't want to sell Sasha out. That's why I didn't tell the truth. But the fact is, all three of us, Sasha, the captain, and me, were cleaning the pool room. Dr. Crab and Miss Buckler both said you were at the show stage. Who cares what they said? The only thing Dr. Crab knew about the cleaning was what I told him. I didn't give him a whole lot of details either. Maybe he misunderstood. And Sasha's lying to protect the orca. She couldn't tell the truth. Sasha put blood on Skull Rock herself to make a fake blood stain. I think it's pretty brave of her to let herself get arrested to protect the orca. Mr. Rhymes, how can you lie like that? It's the truth. Besides, wouldn't it be better for you if I wasn't lying? If the orca did it, you win your case. Yeah, but then we retroactively retcon lose the other one. Or, not really, but... Well, it's because of double jeopardy, we wouldn't... Never mind. This is all very hard to believe. But if Mr. Rhymes' story is true, Miss Buckler would be innocent, and the orca would be the killer. Meaning if we turned our backs on Orla, we could save Sasha. Having a witness lie to save your own client. What a dirty, underhanded tactic. Right, Dono.
Objection!
I haven't done nothing yet. Yesterday the defense proved Orla was not guilty. We have no intention of going back on our assertions now. What are you saying, Mr. Wright? All you gotta do is admit the orca did it and Sasha goes free. Isn't a lawyer supposed to act in his client's best interest? Who even is my client at this point? That wouldn't be acting in her interest. Miss Buckler believes Orla is innocent. And we, of course, believe that Miss Buckler herself is innocent, too. There's only one guilty party in this room right now, and I suspect that I might be talking to him. Never mind. Of course, I don't know what else. That face he made just now was kind of... I mean, since when do we base our theories on the sprite they show at a certain point in the dialogue? But I don't know, though. Acting in the client's best interest is an important part of our job as lawyers. Using dirty means to win a verdict could destroy our client's faith in us. That's right. We believe in both Miss Buckler's and Orla's innocence. So stick that in your pipe and smoke it. No, I just don't understand how you can treat a human and an orca equally. Sasha or the orca, you can only save one of them. Ah, I don't think so. I don't know about that. I think I can save them both. All I have to do is disprove your testimony. So we're gonna save Maya and Adrian Andrews at the same time. It is kind of a callback to that case, though, isn't it? You know, like, you have two people you're trying to save at once. If I can't tear down his testimony, I won't be able to save both of them. I have to find a weak spot and start tearing. I know, stick your finger in the hole and pull! Oh! Anyway. Oh, Sasha's lying to protect that orca, I don't care. At 3:30 AM on the 20th, there's still water in the orca pool. Okay, I'm gonna start there. Also, I need to blow my nose again. When the victim was killed, how much water was in the pool? It was before the pool was drained for cleaning, so it was full. You went into the orca pool room and saw this yourself? Dr. Crab said that you were at the show stage.
Objection!
Well, but it's possible that Dr. Crab was misinformed or that he misunderstood. The witness already explained this, why you were taking this meaningless task. Or what? Why are you taking this meaningless tack? If you want to play games, Taka here would be more than happy to play with you. We better be careful how we press the witness. Taka is watching us like a hawk. Look, he is a hawk. Oh my god. Okay, it's kind of warning me here about this pressing business. The incident happened before the orca was moved to the show pool. I mean, this one right here, holy crap. I don't think so. Can an orca even do that? Send a person flying up into the air like that? Yup, of course. I've seen orcas bash at seals 60 feet in the air. So naturally, Orla could do that to the captain too. What a frightening thought, and you mentioned it so casually, Mr. Rhymes. Well, what else can I say? It's the truth. Mr. Rhymes is claiming that Orla killed the victim by sending him flying into the air. But would something like that even be possible in the orca pool room? There's something about that statement that bothers me. You and me both, Feeny boy. So you witnessed the moment the victim was killed by the orca, is that right? Exactly. Jeez, now you're saying you witnessed it. So I thought the Orca should pay the consequences. Okay. 30 feet up in the high. Okay, well, what do we know about this room? So here's the thing, though. We also have this, which says the victim slammed into it when he fell. So, like, he says he slammed on the water. That seems like pretty much a contradiction. It's the closest thing I got. That's right. Your Honor, what is your opinion on the witness's statement just now? I think it was true, and you were full of shit. Oh, I'm full of shit, am I? This is my first trial in 8 years. It looks like I made a little mistake. That is no excuse, Mr. Wright. I should give you 8 years worth of penalties. Damn, son. It's been 8 years. Can't you go easy on me? No! No, okay, fine. Orla killed the captain by bashing him 30 feet high, making him slam down on the water. But yeah, like, if all she did was bash him 30 feet in the air and then slam down on the water, why would there be blood? I'll try it. I feel like I might have got the wrong angle on this, though. Yeah. My boneheadedness, yep. Okay. I will take it. Let me see. Oh, shoot. I didn't even look at this. That's the time of death from 12 to 10 a.m. on July 20th. Cause of death, confusion from head trauma. Thought to be from 65 foot fall into pool. Bruise all over. See, oh, here we go. We got it. You know what? Actually, I should probably read the rest of that, though. After death. Oh, and then the pictures. Okay. Alright, cool. That's what we wanted right there. Jeez. Of course. Of course. When lies are piled on top of each other, contradictions start to emerge. This time is no different. Are you saying there's some kind of inconsistency in my testimony? Ugh, where do I even begin? It's exactly what I'm saying. You claim that the victim was sent flying about 30 feet into the air, but the autopsy report states the cause of death was thought to be from a 65-foot fall. Yeah, that's right. You didn't do your research, did you? Of course, how could you? Additionally, in your testimony a moment ago, I mean, like, he probably wouldn't have access to the evidence. I'm not trying to say he's lazy or something. You said at 3:30 a.m. on the 20th there was still water in the Orca pool. The pool's about 46 or 65 feet deep, and there's about 30 feet between the water and the ceiling. If the pool is full of water, as you claimed, it would be possible for the victim to fall about 65 feet, as the autopsy states. Mr. Rhymes claimed he was in the Orca pool room so he could make these statements. But the truth must be he was at the show stage, just as Dr. Crab and Sasha testified. I believe that brings us back around to the Orca didn't do it. Well, good. One step back in the right direction. I didn't believe the witness's testimony from the outset. I'm just glad you were here to take care of that problem. Oh, grateful to me. Well, thank you. As I thought, the only person who could have killed the victim is Sasha Buckler. Oh, but of course, because now that just narrows it back down to her. But that's the whole thing. If we were trying to get him off of the Orca, now it's back on to her again. It's like we're bouncing back and forth between the two. We need, like, a third direction here. He's right about one thing. His testimony was advantageous to our case. But pointing out the contradiction in his statement will only drive us into a corner. Hammer. As Prosecutor Blackwell said, suspicion against Miss Buckler is now deepened. Ugh, that's what she said. Blow my nose. Honk! Alright. Uh-oh, if I don't do something fast, the judge is gonna find Sasha guilty. Mr. Wright, isn't there anything we can do? There has to be a way to prove Sasha's innocent. Well, let me just turn my background black for a second here and think about it. At a time like this, the thing to do is turn my thinking around. I knew he was going to say that. Instead of trying to prove that Sasha couldn't have done it, I have to think about what made it possible for somebody else to have done it. Oh. As long as the crime scene is the Orca pool room, Sasha is the only one who could have committed the crime. What are you thinking over there? No need for pity or baldness. Just finish him off with a swift verdict. It appears the defense has no objections. But I haven't had a chance to... Dude! Put that thing down!
Hold it!
Yeah, that's right. Hold it. Actually, don't hold it. Put it down. But you were so quiet, Mr. Wright. Do you have something to say now? The defense has a counter-argument. I don't know what it is yet, but maybe in the middle of all this bickering, we'll figure it out. Huh. Pitiful. Such desperation. You look pale. Are you sure you're prepared to make this counter-argument? A lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets. I'll never forget those words, no matter how many years go by. Even though it's probably just a bluff, I'll give it to them with a smile. Oh, there he goes! What if the scene of the crime was somewhere else? Oh, boy. Ooh, that is a long shot, but hey. Maybe just for once, one of these long shots will turn out to not be it, though. Where else would you fall 65 feet? I don't know. What, you want to find fault with the police investigation now? As I understand it, the prosecution's argument is as follows. Let's hear it. The scene of the crime was the Orca pool room. Alright. Only the defendant and victim entered that room when there was no water in the pool. Therefore, only the defendant could have committed the crime. That's correct. But if the scene of the crime was not the Orca pool room, then somebody other than the defendant could have committed the crime. Are you sure you know where you're going with this? I might not be too sure, but I can't back down now. I'm pot committed. Mr. Wright, I hope that I'm wrong. But this isn't one of your bluffs by any chance. No, Your Honor, of course not. The judge knows me far too well. And do you have a theory on where the actual scene of the crime was? Yes, of course, Your Honor. Think, Phoenix, think. Think of a place, other than the Orca pool room, where one could fall to one's death. Well, okay, then by all means, please share your theory with the court. Where was the real scene of the murder? Well, I mean, we're saying it's not the Orca pool room. Maybe it was the show pool. Well, okay, actually, you know what? Oh my god. Yeah, do it. The show stage pool might have been drained of water at some point as well. And if so, it would be just as possible to fall to one's death there as the Orca pool. He's like, man, you're crazy. Right, Dono. What you're doing is a disgrace to your profession. I sincerely hope you have some basis for what you're suggesting. Of course I do. I will, soon enough. As soon as I think of something. The victim's body was found in the Orca pool. How do you explain that?
Objection!
It was... Oh, they took... Oh, I know. Oh, I know why they did it. I know how they did it. His body was moved to the Orca pool by way of that thing. What kind of presentation of your argument... What kind of presentation of your argument is that? You'd better have a reasonable explanation of how the body was moved. Oh my god, you guys are dumb! There's no turning back now. Well, I'm dumb too, because I didn't think of it till like 2 seconds ago, but hey. Was there something at the scene that could have been used to move the body? Oh, yeah. Right up here. I'm not sure which part of it I should point at. Probably this right here, though. The hoist runs between the Orca pool room and the show stage. The stretcher can be hung from the hoist to move things like Orla or the Skull Rock. The problem, though, is it can only be operated from the Orca pool room. And that's what they're going to bring up in a second here. Yes, if the stretcher can move the Orca or the Skull Rock, it seems likely it could also move a dead body as well. Wow, somehow that worked. I just might be able to pull this off. If the show pool was the scene of the crime, nobody else could have done it.
Objection.
Or, I mean, somebody else could have done it. My bad. It's a good thing I didn't say that out loud. You desperately spew conjecture, and now you even make up a crime scene. You were one... Oh, yeah, I know that was definitely going to piss him off. Not again! I don't blame him for being pissed off, though. Like, that's really... Ugh. You don't have the soul of a warrior. You don't deserve to be on the battlefield. And even your fabrication is half-baked. It's a disgrace. What do you mean, half-baked? I've seen that movie too, you know. You haven't seen the back of a $20 bill on weed? The hoist can be operated from the outdoor pool. There you go. Bam. And the only person who entered the Orca pool room was the defendant. So even if the body was moved, it was still her that did it. Yeah. Shit. Oh, that animation is so freaking cool. That's like right up there with Clavier's guitar animation, I'll tell you. Everybody, order! So it comes back to the defendant, no matter which pool it was. Meaning I can't clear Sasha either way. But it might be easier to do it this way. Sasha said she moved Orla and the Skull Rock. And I believe her. And I believe her too. Karate Kid 3 reference? Really? Wow. Can't believe I pulled that one out of my ass. Could it be possible that she moved the body herself without being aware of it? Mr. Wright, do you have an objection to Prosecutor Blackwell's claim? Do I have an objection to the claim that the defendant moved the body? You bet. That's too optimistic. I have to say yes. The defense has an objection. Alright, fine. Let's hear this objection then. Okay, here it goes. Objection! Well, my objection is, I can't admit I haven't thought of one. Mr. Reed, you just felt like saying you had an objection, didn't you? Yes, Your Honor. Well, I just feel like giving you a penalty. Oh, man. Oh, I kind of wanted to say no, to be honest, there, but when I saw the prompt and the option was, yes, you bet I have one, it made me think, like, yes, like I definitely do. The problem is, though, she did move the body. Whether she knew it or not, she did move it, so... And that's what I was thinking. I didn't go with that because I was... Well, because I fell for, you know, the prompt. Yeah. I admit I don't see any problems with Prosecutor Blackwell's claim per se. Miss Buckler must have been the one who moved the body. What? Oh, you heard me. Mr. Wright, are you admitting the defendant committed the murder? No! I'm simply conceding that she was the only one who could move the body. However, I contend Miss Buckler was not aware that that's what she was doing. The culprit made her move it, unbeknownst to her. The defendant moved a dead body without recognizing that it was a dead body? Well, you couldn't see what you were moving, because it was all the way over in the other room. The body was found in the Orca pool. It must have been moved there somehow. I might find some kind of hint in the thing she moved with the stretcher. Sorry, I had to get rid of some spit there. The culprit made Miss Buckler move the body along with this piece of evidence. Well, they just said it, right? The rock?
Take that!
They said it like twice. The Skull Rock? Miss Buckler told me yesterday that she moved the Skull Rock when she was cleaning. And I didn't remember that, so I'm glad they said it again. The only two things Miss Buckler moved to the Orca pool are Orla and the Skull Rock. So where did this third thing come from? I would like to suggest that the victim's body may have been inside the Skull Rock. Hidden inside the rock, the body could have been moved to the Orca pool with the hoist. And that would explain why, oh my god, that's why the body showed up in the pool. And that's what Miss DePlume saw.